Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Gaveled, brought to you by Probably Political. I'm your host, Matthew Smith, and today we're going to be going over the court case Mapp v. Ohio. Now, many people, when they first look at this case, will assume it's a First Amendment case because it's pornography, it's the possession of written material, and we typically today do not think of obscenity laws or the ability to convict someone for possession of obscene material. But the Supreme Court decided not to answer that question. They decided to answer the question of whether unconstitutionally seized evidence is admissible in state court. And by doing so, they did overrule the conviction anyway, but they answered an entirely different question. So the question they answered, like I said, is evidence that is unconstitutionally gathered admissible in state court? The Warren Court ruled it is not. And this is sort of historic because it's what incorporates the Fourth Amendment upon the states. Whereas beforehand, the court would often make leanings towards upholding Fourth Amendment rights, but they still overall would rule that states could admit evidence that was unconstitutional in the federal jurisdiction. So that's why now in a state case, if they have to follow the same procedure as the federal government, all states have to follow the Fourth Amendment, whereas before this case stayed, as far as they knew, did not. So I can't really delve into any great political discussions over this case because it's really not that controversial or political of a case at this point. Even at the time, it was decided 6-3, which isn't a huge majority, but it's not small either in terms of the Supreme Court. So it wasn't too controversial then. Even really hard on crime people will now agree that every American has Fourth Amendment rights, whether it's state law or federal law, because that's the way it's been for so long. So if you can find someone and you really want to debate it, that's great, but you likely will not find anyone who wants to debate the constitutionality of Mapp v. Ohio. And because of that, the most relevant part to today is how it's affected police procedure and criminal law in this country. So if you are taking a criminal procedure class or a criminal justice class, whether that be in law school for criminal procedure or whether it's high school or college for criminal justice of some kind, you are definitely going to see this case come up because it is just so transformative of Fourth Amendment rights. Thank you for tuning in today. As always, I hope you have a good Friday. Forgive the sort of grainier camera quality than most of the videos have been lately. I'm at my apartment, so I have a different sort of setup. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can see all the great content we have here at Probably Political. We have something for everybody. Also, if you would like to contribute, we have a link for that as well below in the description. And we have a Anchor link. So if you like to listen to podcasts on the road, it's a great way to do that. And it also helps out the channel here a lot. Thank you. Have a great Friday once again. Can never say that enough. Have a great Friday.